Hi, folks. Welcome back to Crisco's Corner. Massive lines at Trump rally in Battleground State in North Carolina. The line to enter the rally stretched at least a half mile long. It was longer than that. I'll show you some pictures. But by a coincidence, on the top of the page here, you see a Claudia Tenney for Congress ad. Claudia was here a few weeks ago back in my store. We had a small chess tournament, the first one after the COVID started. And boy, I'll tell you, the guys that were here, the people that were here, really, really liked her. In fact, most of them said, you know, we like Claudia before we met her, and we really like her after. So good for her. Thanks for her to showing up to a small place like this. Shows a lot of class. I really, really got to say, it shows a lot of class. I'm going to call this episode, You've Already Lost, You Just Don't Know It Yet. To the progressives out there, even if Donald Trump loses re-election, you've already lost. There's millions and millions and millions of people that will walk through glass, barefoot, to vote for Donald Trump. If he loses, they're not going away. You're going to get pushed back. You're going to get pushed back. The fact of the matter is the everyday people are just sick and tired of your nonsense. Sick and tired of it. As usual, you've gone too far. Everybody you don't agree with is a racist. Everybody you don't agree with is a white supremacist. Even people of color are white supremacists. It's getting stupid. Now you have segregation in the Seattle library system and the crap that you're feeding our kids in school and in universities that you pay $1 for, by the way, and then bitch and squawk about how much money you owe. Well, you know what? Don't bitch and squawk at the want somebody else to pay for it. Bitch and squawk at the morons that are charging you that much. But I digress. You've already lost. You just don't know it yet. Let's see how this story goes, because it's really amazing to me. It really is. I am so impressed. Reporters reportedly lined up hours in advance. Well, it's not reportedly. You can't be in lines over half a mile long and not be there for hours. In Hickory, North Carolina, according to a local outlet, the lines were at least a half a mile long. Now look in the background. Look here. Look at this line. It goes all the way around, past where you can see. You got to be kidding me. At least a half a mile outside of Hickory Regional Airport. President Trump expected to speak today. This is why you've lost. You've already lost. These people, the average day American people, have been crapped on and shut out for a long time, 2, 3 generations of hardworking, decent people. They've had no voice. George W. Bush, nothing for the average person. Barack Obama, for the average person, even the blacks are complaining he didn't do anything. So here we have Trump. Trump is here because of the failures of the past. It's as simple as that. And these people see him as, oh, my God, here's somebody that actually believes what we believe. He's got our backs, or at least he's trying the best he can. That's why you've already lost. You just don't know it yet. Line of supporters for President Trump's Hickory, North Carolina rally is something to behold. Here's down on the ground. Look at this. Way back there out of sight. Let's play some video. I mean, he's going to pan around here. This is when Will Staken at W Stakes on Twitter. By the way, my Twitter, look at this. Look at the line. Look at this. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. You can't fake this. You can't fake this sincerity. You just simply can't. It really comes just 2 days before voters head to the polls and cast their ballots in key battlegrounds like North Carolina. I used to live in North Carolina as a boy, in the northwest corner. I'm from upstate New York. It was Boone. Right by Blowing Rock, by the Tweetsie Railroad. And I say that accent not in to make fun of people. They're just some good old people down there. And they love their country. They love their state. They love their family. And they really, really do. And this white supremacist crap is just out of hand. It's racism stuff. Look at this. Raleigh declares curfew Friday night ahead of planned protests. Protesting what? North Carolina and that section of the South has had huge economic gains in the last 10, 20, 30 years. Unbelievably advanced. I'm seriously considering leaving upstate New York where I grew up and moving to central Tennessee. I was there a year ago, last November, and I loved it. A friend of mine lives there. She can help set me up. Now I'm going to be 64 next month, so it's going to be a little tough, but sell my business, but everything I know is here in my hometown. It will break my heart to have to leave here. But this is what you progressives have done. You have awoken a sleeping giant. I forget who the admiral was in World War II. He was Japanese. I believe it was Yamamoto, who went to school at the University of Chicago when they had the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. He says, you don't understand. I know these people. I went to school in Chicago. I know them well. I've lived there for years. You do this, and you will awaken a sleeping giant, and they will destroy us. Well, here we are, another example from history. Granted, this is not World War II, but it's a war nonetheless. They finally, look at these. You think these people are standing in line for somebody they don't care about? That their enthusiasm level is, okay, yeah, maybe I'll vote, maybe I won't. Bullshit. These people are over the top with enthusiasm, and nothing, no amount of advertising, no part of BS can get that. Real Clear Politics polling average has former Vice President Joe Biden just barely beating Trump by 0.3 points in the state. Trump won the state in 2016 with 49.8% to Clinton's 46.2%. Yeah, it was a little tighter. Look at this photo. Look at these lines. I mean, the story is more about the people in line waiting than the president himself. Unbelievable. Senator Tom Tillis, Republican North Carolina, is currently fighting to maintain his Senate seat with a challenge from Democrat Cal Cunningham, who has been caught in a sex scandal just before voting day. No comment. On Wednesday, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to take up a challenge to North Carolina's decision to allow absentee votes to be received and counted as late as 9 days after voters headed to the polls on November 3rd. I'm 50-50, and I'll tell you what I mean by 50-50 on after Election Day. If they're postmarked Election Day or before, I'm not really sure how it would fall. Disenfranchised people, but there's so much cheating going on. And I'll probably have this video taken down by YouTube. I also post on Twitter. Those of you that want to see me on Twitter, it's at Cordisco's Corner. I would appreciate it. Trump is holding 5 campaign rallies in 5 states on Sunday, taking his pitch to voters in the battleground states of Iowa, Michigan, Georgia, North Carolina, and Florida. The sprint comes after Trump hosted 4 rallies in the pivotal state of Pennsylvania on Saturday, when plans by the Trump campaign with 7 more rallies on Monday. 7 rallies in one day, 5 in another, day after day after day. The guy's a machine. Absolute machine. Yeah, he's got a well-oiled organization helping him out, but he still has to make the speeches. He still has to show up. The guy's a machine. He was like that 4 years ago, going from airplane hangar to airplane hangar, if you remember. At these crowds, this is why progressives, you have already lost. You have lost. You just don't know it. Fight for peace now. Try to compromise some of your beliefs, because they're so far left that nobody's listening to you anymore. You're in an echo chamber. You're in a little bubble. Look at this line all the way around, out of sight. Can you think of any person running in an election or re-election that has lines like that? Not even Obama, when enthusiasm was off the scale, especially in 2008. Did you see these kind of lines? And the vast majority of them know they won't be able to get into the venue. They'll have to stand outside and watch it on a giant screen. And they don't care. You've awakened a sleeping giant. and they're not going away. Progressives, you've already lost. You just don't know it yet. Well, there's my opinion on the Trump rally in North Carolina. Thanks for your time and attention. And as always, until next time, goodbye and good luck.